Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD465.tv, and in this video, we would like to actually do something that is proven to be unreliable during 2025, price prediction, but we are going to base it on something we've already staked our bets on, which is the narratives I think are going to do well into 2026 or during 2026, and those narratives are privacy, RWAs, and AI. I think those are going to do well. I mean, it might turn out to be other categories, but these three narratives, I think they are going to be strong going into 2026. I mean, if they don't, what we're going to share with you in this video is still going to remain true, because if they are placed against each other or next to each other, one of these narratives is going to come out on top versus the rest. But within each narrative as well or category, there will be projects that are going to come out on top because of their product offering or great product market fit. But before I proceed with this video, guys, please note that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just some dude on the internet, and we do get most of the things wrong. The proof is in the pudding. Look across 2025. Who hasn't made a mistake in 2025, or who hasn't missed their target? So that said, let's come back to this video, guys. Like I always say, do your own research, and this content is not meant for UK audience. So in this video, we're going to be using a scored matrix to select crypto assets using recent on-chain protocol metrics where they exist, primarily DeFi Llama or L2Bit, plus official project releases. For projects where public on-chain protocol dashboards are not yet available, notably Canton, Quant, and Night, which is Midnight, we shall be scoring using the best available verifiable adoption proxies. You're talking of institutional comments, MVP timelines, launch status, and so forth, and also try to flag the limitation explicitly. So the scoring method is going to be as follows. It's going to be consistent across all assets. So each asset is scored 0 to 5 on 4 dimensions. So the maximum score for each of these will be 20. We're going to score adoption as well as usage, talking of TVL, stablecoin liquidity, volumes, active usage proxies, value capture, where we will be looking at fees, revenue, whether it is measurable and durable, survivability, where we are looking at regulatory and compliance posture, decentralization trajectory, and distribution risk. Finally, we are going to be looking at catalysts into 2026. Here we are talking of roadmap events, token design changes, and institutional rollouts. So without further ado, we start with the privacy narrative, where we are looking at 5 selected tokens. These are not conclusive. This list could be as long as you want it to be, but for the purpose of this video, we've selected 5: ZCash and the Z token, Canton and the CC token, ZK Sync and the ZK token, Midnight Network and the Night token, as well as Starknet and the STRK token. So key recent metrics and proxies used: ZCash and ZEC token of shielded supply and shielded transaction counts from ZHub dashboard, which was updated 2 days ago in December 25. Then you got ZK Sync and the ZK Sync era chain usage indicators plus explicit token utility proposals to tie ZK to revenue. Credible. Here we will be looking at this as a credible catalyst into 2026. Starknet is chain activity plus L2Bit value secured and stage indicators. Then you've got Midnight Network and the Night token, which was launched recently, and redemption schedule is started in December 2025, but limited live economic metrics yet. And finally, we've got Canton or Canton Network, institutional tokenization momentum, and DTCC plus digital asset commitment with MVP targeted for the first half of 2026. So let's start with the metrics then for privacy. Starknet on usage, we gave Starknet 4 on value capture is 3 out of 5 on survivability for 2026 catalyst. For total, 15 out of 20. Starknet, you're talking of stable coins, 183.7 million. PEPs volume, 24 hours at the time of recording, $1.4 billion. And app fees for a period of 24 hours, talking of $174,000. And value secured, approximately $735 million. Moving on to ZK Sync. Adoption, 3. Value capture, 2. Survivability for 2026 catalyst, 5. Total, it's 14 out of 20. Next, you got Canton. Adoption rate, 2, value capture 2, survivability 5, catalyst into 2025 5. Total it's 14 out of 20. And one of the strong things to look forward to is DTCC planning to mint subset of DTC custodial treasuries on Canton. That is going to be huge for Canton coming in 2026. Zcash adoption usage 3, value capture 1, survivability 2, catalyst into 2026 is 3. So ZCash has got a total score of 9 out of 20. That's a bit concerning for ZCash, but that's where we are. Midnet network. This one, like I said, the mainnet hasn't launched yet. So let's see where this gets us to. So adoption and usage is 1 because there's nothing there to talk about. Value capture is 1. Survivability 3. And catalyst into 2025 is maximum because there is a lot to look forward to in 2025. Official night token was launched recently and redemption started in December 25 with some thawing periods or schedules. It is still early for any metrics post-launch, but it's coming, I believe, first quarter of 2026. So there is a lot to look forward to for night. So this 10 could change to something else or not go anywhere at all. So when it comes to privacy ranking, most likely to late 2026, I think Starknet will be the strongest because it's got a mix of live usage and scaling narrative plus measurable activity. ZK Sync, token utility and revenue link is the cleanest privacy infrastructure monetization catalyst if it actually ships. Next, you got Canton, institutional privacy, may be the most important privacy categories, but it is harder to price without transparent on-chain financials yet. The DTCC planned adoption in early 2026 is going to be key here. Next, you got Night from midnight, or high catalyst, but execution is risky. Post-launch adoption and real usage is still unproven. And finally, you've got ZCash, best pure privacy optics via shielded supply growth, but survivability and listing plus regulatory overhang is structurally higher for privacy coins than for privacy infrastructure. So ZCash is probably going to struggle against its competitor. Like I said, these are representative. They are not the conclusive list for privacy. Let us know your thoughts. Some will say, why is Night above ZCash? Because it's got potential because of what's coming into 2026, whereas ZCash has been around for quite a while. Is there more coming from it than what we already know? Yes, they keep shipping, but they can only innovate within the framework they already have because ZCash is one of the legacy tokens. Anyway, let us know what you think about this classification. Let's move on to RWAs, which is another narrative we featured in our video. And in that video that we recorded previously, we looked at Ondo, Chainlink, and Quant. And key recent metrics or proxies used. Ondo is TVL plus fees and DEX volume from DeFi Llama. For Chainlink is DeFi Llama fees and staking as well as reserve initiatives as catalyst. But note, DeFi Llama undercounts off-chain enterprise revenue, but it is directionally useful. And as for Quant, primarily institutional interoperability, product roadmap, and tokenization positioning, not a DeFi fee generating protocol with transparent on-chain revenue comparable to Ondo or that of virtual protocol. Let's call them then the RWAs. Let's start with Ondo. Adoption, 5 out of 10. Value capture, 4 out of 10. Survivability, 4 out of 10. And catalyst into 2026, it's 4 out of 10. Total, it's 17 out of 20. So it's one of the highest up there. Ondo. Next, you got Chainlink. Adoption rate, 4 out of 5. Value capture is 2 out of 5 because there isn't that much value capturing. Otherwise, if there was, Chainlink is the most integrated product or protocol within the ecosystem. The Link token hasn't done much. As for survivability for Chainlink, it's 5 out of 10. And Catalyst going to 2026 is 4 out of 10. So total, it's 15 out of 20. And finally, Quant, 2 out of 5 for adoption. Value capture, 1 out of 5. Survivability, 4 out of 5. Catalyst going to 2026 is 3. So total is 10. So most likely to lead in 2026 among these three is Ondo, most direct, measurable RWA adoption plus strong scale signal. Chainlink will be second, best positioned as the middleware standard for RWA data, messaging, and settlement integration, but token value capture depends on continued product monetization and uptake. And finally, it's Quant, plausible institution narrative, but less transparent on-chain financials, which make it harder to score it ahead of Ondo or Link on a matrix basis. There might be other dimensions we have not looked at, but for the ones we are scoring, this is where we got to. Let us know what you think about the scores we gave to these three and which one you think is going to come out on top among these three, or do you agree with our scoring? And finally, we've got the AI narrative, where we featured NEAR, ICP, Virtuals Protocol, and Render. And the key metrics or proxies used here, let's start with NEAR, a chain usage metrics. You're talking about fees, up fees, DEX volume, and stablecoin. Get that from DeFi Llama. Internet Computer and ICP, you're talking of chain usage metrics from DeFi Llama. You're talking of TVL, fees, DEX volume, and stablecoin. Virtuals Protocol, you're talking of protocol fees, revenue from DeFi Llama. This is the strongest AI token with measurable revenue within this set, Virtuals Protocol. And finally, you got Render, where we are looking at public protocol revenue, which isn't consistently captured in the same way on DeFi Llama for this category. Therefore, we are going to score Render render with conservative weighting on measurable on-chain protocol financials and higher weighting on survivability. Catalyst, this is a data limitation, not a negative claim. So you should know that. So let's start by scoring then. We start with the highest, which is Virtuous Protocol. Adoption is 4 out of 5. Value capture is 4 out of 5. Survivability is 3 out of 5. And Catalyst going to 2026, it's 4 out of 5. So Virtuous Protocol, it's 15 out of 20. Next, you got Near. Adoption is 4 out of 5. Value capture 2. Survivability is 4. Catalyst into 2026 is 3. Total is 13 out of 20. ICP, adoption and usage is 2 out of 5. Value capture is 2 out of 5. Survivability is 3 out of 5. Catalyst into 2026 is 3 out of 5. Total is 10 out of 20. Next, you got Render. Adoption and usage 3 out of 5. Value capture 1. Survivability is 4. Catalyst into 2026 it's 4. Total is 12 out of 20. I mean, there is a note for us here on Render where on-chain fee and revenue dashboards are inconsistent across aggregators for Render. So we treat it as compute infra exposure rather than DeFi fee proxy, which is a data limitation for the purposes of this exercise. So AI ranking, which one is most likely going to lead in 2026? You got Virtuous Protocol, which is with the key differentiator being its measurable protocol fees and revenue at meaningful scale, which fits a selective outcome season regime. Next is Near, strongest live chain activity. Within this AI category, by metrics, we can actually verify the token of DEX volume and app fees. Next, you got Render, likely to lead when AI compute is the trade, but scoring it is constrained by a lack of consistent standardized protocol revenue, reporting in the same way as DeFi protocols. So it ranks slightly lower on metrics transparency, not necessarily on product relevance. And finally, you've got ICP, verifiable DeFi on-chain economic metrics, which are comparatively smaller in the sources we already shared with you. So it ranks lower on a strict on-chain protocol metric basis. So final conclusion on these guys. In a selective out season, who leads in 2026 based on the coins we featured in a previous video and that we're featuring today? I think the category that is going to rank the highest or do well is going to be RWAs, and that is going to be led by the likes of Ondo, then Chainlink, and those two look most likely to come out on top in 2026 on a matrix first basis, followed by AI led by Virtuals for revenue and fees, then Near for on-chain activity. Privacy remains powerful but more selective. Leadership is likely to concentrate in Starknet and ZK Sync for infrastructure, Canton for institutional privacy with Knight as a catalyst trade, and ZCash as the high regulatory beta pure privacy asset. So what do you think about this? That if you want to win in 2026, maybe look at RWAs. Do you think they are going to come through this time around? But like we highlighted throughout the video, it's probably going to be privacy embedded within RWAs that is going to win today, which is a combination or hybrid narrative. Let us know what you think in the comment section, guys. Until the next one, FD for 65.TV signing out for now. Bye.